Hi YouTube, my name is Jay Brown. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. So I hope you are having a great day, great evening, whatever time it is that you're watching this video. I wanted to just come on here and pour a little tea with y'all, to share a little bit of information, because one of the things that I've been getting in my comments on some of my videos, mainly the videos where I've done the call to action, encouraging my fellow pink and purple lovers to get into formation, because no bag liver will be left behind, baby. We cannot leave any of the pink and purple girls behind. So I have received a few questions on how am I finding out this information before the release is actually coming. And that is a fantastic question. So I'm here to share that tea with y'all today. So the first thing that I recommend off the top, make sure you are a Coach Insider. Yes, make sure you are a Coach Insider. Now, back in the day, Coach used to actually give insiders a little preview email, or even let us sign in and shop collections early. And I've noticed they haven't been doing that for well over a year now. But it is important that if you are a Coach Insider, if you do actually receive inside information on some of these collections or some of these pieces that are getting released, you would actually be able to call your outlet or go in and request that they hold an item for you in advance of the drop. If you're not a Coach Insider, I don't think you can do it. That's like one of the first things that they ask you when you are asking to reserve pieces in advance is, are you a Coach Insider? So if you have not done that, make sure that you do. Now, I really can't tell you any other perks of being a Coach Insider, because they recently got rid of the birthday rewards, or they're revamping it, and honestly, it's trash. It's just trash. So I don't really see any other perks besides that at this point. The next thing that I recommend, if you live near a store, whether it is the outlet or retail, go up there and make friends with the associates. I'm so serious. Get on their email distribution list, their text, whatever. Talk to whomever you have to talk to. Make friends. Some of the associates, of course, are more friendlier than others. Some are more knowledgeable than others. But what I have found is when your face becomes familiar, when they recognize you and they see you all the time, they'll start chatting with you, and they'll even share little tidbits here and there. They'll show you pictures if they have them available on their work phones or their work tablets. And depending on how cool the essay is, they'll even go to the back and pull some stuff out for you to look at. So I highly recommend go up there, rub some elbows, hobnob, take them some Starbucks, do what you got to do, but make a friend, okay? Each one teach one. Make yourself a friend and do what you can to get that new information. The next thing I really recommend, subscribe, follow your favorite YouTuber, your favorite Instagrammer, TikToker, whomever it is, because some of these ladies out here be on top of it, and they really share the tea on a regular basis. A few of the folks that I can think of off the top of my head in the coach world that tends to have the information real quick all the time, I don't even think she's on YouTube, but she is on Instagram, and her page is Jewel. I don't know the whole name. I'm gonna link her in the description box, but I believe her name is Jewel something. Jewel always, I mean always, that lady always has all the brand new pictures of not just Coach, a lot of brands, you guys. So folks like her, folks like Denitra here on YouTube, they always know what's up. Forever Ebony, she knows what's coming, what's up a lot of the time. So make sure you guys are following people. Follow me, because I be finding out, and I holler, and I'll tell y'all to get information. Follow me. Shout out to myself. Make sure you guys subscribe and follow your favorite social media folks on whatever platform, and check in periodically, turn on your notifications, because sometimes you may kind of check out or get caught up with real life, and collections and things can be coming out, and then when you finally circle back to your favorites, you've missed it, because you didn't have your notifications on. So seriously, you guys, make sure you're following your favorites, make sure you have your notifications turned on. The next way that I find out information early about drops. TikTok is a huge source for information. Now, a lot of the TikTokers I know are getting their information from the Coach Japanese websites. I know either Coach Japan Retail or Coach Japan Outlet. So if you are looking for that information, just Google Coach Outlet Japan or Coach Japan, and it will take you to the Japanese website. And what I have found, especially on the outlet website, they're usually a collection or two ahead of us. So ahead of us here in the United States. So a lot of those leaked pictures that you guys are seeing, they're coming from the Coach Japan outlet website or the Coach Japan retail website. And so it is a little tricky because hopefully your phone does an auto translate so you can see the categories and click and navigate. But that's how I've seen things early. I don't always post it. But typically what I do is I go to the Coach Japan websites and then I make note of what I'm seeing there. Then I go and look at TikTok, because some of the folks who have update pages on TikTok, and usually on TikTok, I search for Coach Outlet new releases or Coach new releases. But I go on there and they have the same pictures that I usually see on the Japanese outlet website. And then they kind of just do quick little videos, and then they give you additional information that I wouldn't necessarily see just from seeing on that website. So I haven't seen like a clear pattern of how long it takes for a collection that's hit Japan to hit here in the United States, but it seems like we're at least 4 weeks behind them. But don't quote me, you guys, but that's what it seems like to me. Like there's a good, 3 to 4 week delay between what they're getting in Japan versus what we're seeing here in the US. But that is a really, really good way, and I do recommend doing that if you are just looking to stay informed. And you can even type in the year and it'll give you whatever information. Like you'll start to see the update video. And then most importantly, just make sure, if you are, a serious bag lover, make sure you are engaging with your content creators on any platform. Get to know folks, talk to people in the comments, chop it up, have conversations, because that's where I'm seeing a lot of information gets exchanged. There's a lot of folks out there who are really knowledgeable about Coach, and they themselves, they may be on social media as a participant, but they are not a content creator. But they come in the comments and they share a lot of really good tidbits and information. I mean, I have found out about new things coming from Louis Vuitton and Coach, from viewers or people just who've come by and commented on my content on both Instagram and YouTube. And I've been super appreciative of that, because it gives me an opportunity to do my research. It gives me a heads up and gives me a chance to at least have a fighting chance for some of these collections, because y'all know I stay ready. I stay ready for a new collection if it's something that I believe that I'll enjoy. Don't be afraid to do your own footwork. So even once you found out that a certain collection is coming, don't be afraid to reach out to customer service. There are a few ladies here in the bag community who have just blown the lid off of getting things early. Shout out to, once again, Denitra, and shout out to Ola May. Make sure you are checking out their content as well. Ola May, she shook the table in the bag community when she got a hold of the Coach denim collection early. And then Denitra, I forget which one it was. I believe it was the powder pink. But the only catch of that, you guys, when you're getting a hold of some of these collections early, is depending on the store, they may not let you buy it, or they may charge you full retail price. Like sometimes the computers are not set up to charge you the actual outlet price. You know how we have two prices on the receipts, not on the receipts, on the product tags? Sometimes it will charge you, they're forced to charge you full retail price. And me personally, I'm not paying full retail price for no outlet items. So shout out to y'all, but they changed the game when that information was made known to the coach community, and with this last drop with the Iris collection, with the Iris signature print, you know, a lot of folks, because they had been put up on game, they were able to call customer service and order that doggone notebook early, to the point that it was super scarce by the time the items dropped with the actual release date. So make sure, you know, you're willing to do your own footwork. If you call customer service, be prepared sometimes that the customer service associate, or even the associates in store, they won't know what you're talking about. That's another thing. When you start doing your own research and finding out about these collections online, there's been times that I've gone to the outlet asking about particularly the powder pink collection, and the sales associates didn't know what I was talking about. They had never seen it, they hadn't heard of it, and they were like, what? At first I thought they were pretending, or just, you know, didn't want to share that information, but they legitimately did not know. Sometimes you may be informing your associate depending on the situation. Unless the associate is someone like my girl Denisha Bell, follow her channel as well. She does some of the best coach walkthroughs, but follow her channel as well, and make sure you're following her on TikTok, because as people do those update videos, I've noticed that Denisha, she shares that content as well on her page. So make sure you're following her. But she's even shared that, you know, the associates don't always know. So sometimes, you know, the customer is the first point of information for them on new drops, or they have to be proactive themselves and seek out the information. So I recommend that you do the same. Don't be afraid to do your own footwork, and then don't be afraid to, if one person doesn't know, ask somebody else. Call customer service. Go to the store. Try a different store. Because everyone is not receiving the same information, you may have to work a little bit harder to get what you want. So I hope this information is helpful. If it is, please give me a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you have not already. Follow me on Instagram as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, YouTube.